Hey folks, welcome to this look at our latest product just released yesterday. It's right now July of 2023, in case you're wondering. Encounter Builder City Wilderness Scenes, which builds on a prior deck with a similar concept for city scenes. In this case, I'm gonna start showing some of the art, but in this case, you just draw a few of them anytime your players are off traveling and you don't have an encounter idea ready, or even before you're actually playing any tabletop role-playing game. You can use these cards to try to pre-generate some encounter ideas. And the idea is that you would just lay a few of them out there and look for connections. Now it's got 50 cards in the deck and they're double-sided, so you get art on both sides. One side is generally a point of interest is what we call it, and none of these, okay, so I just need to flip one of these over. So points of interest, which are kind of like structures or larger or fairly large but not full landscapes, because that's a different category. But one side of each of the cards is a point of interest is what we call it. And the other side can be, for example, in this case, a landscape. So we've got a big mountain and a forest stream there going through that. Or the other side could be an event. In this case, like a desert storm is coming. And then another one, and then we've got also features, which are kind of smaller things, like that's not a full-on, let me find one. Or I'm sure we'll find one. Okay, here's a holy arcane tree. So it's not a large structure, but it's something that kind of helps dress the encounter area a little bit and add to it. So with that out of the way, I'll just shuffle a few of these again a little bit. Now I am not I'm not a good shuffler. I'm also not any kind of magician. So what you're seeing is truly random, not pre-planned. We shall see how good my improv game is here with coming up with this. Okay, so here we've got a mystic valley. So this is a landscape. We've got a mine entrance. That's a feature. We've got an event, which is lost or stopping to rest. And then we've got Elven Ruins. So we've got, those are 4 cards there. We can start with that. You can always add more. You can also flip over what you get here if you don't like something. But I'm going to say that, hey, you know what? They got lost. You know, they got lost. This Mystic Valley, that's where they're near, and it messes up with your sense of direction somehow. And there, you know, is an old mine and Elven Ruins. And I think that the Elven Ruins predate the mine. And somehow that mine unleashed something that the elves left behind. You know, they left for a reason. And then the mine the mine is recent. And the mine unleashed something. And then it's up to you to go from there and see where your players go. Do they take that bait, or do they try to, you know, continue pursuing along their main quest? But that's one idea. So here's another one. Okay, so we got a halfling village. We've got a tripwire trap. We've got a fleet that's been sighted. And we've got some standing stones. Now this might be a little bit hard to tie together because the fleet would really only work for ocean voyages. Okay, well, I can tie 3 of these together. The trap, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to tie together, but, you know, as you think about it, maybe you could. I should also point out that the text on these is purposely dark because we wanted to make sure that you saw the art first. Because when you see the art, there might be several different things. Like, in fact, maybe I can tie this together. I'm not worried about the trap so much. You know, sometimes when I look at this card and it might make sense to use the trap part of it, sometimes it might be, hey, there's something with bees. So I'm going to bring that into it. I'm going to say that, you know, there's a halfling village there, and it's near these standing stones. And these standing stones were used to keep the wildlife under control and everything, and you know, this fleet's come by and they're ready to march on that halfling village, and they've damaged some of the standing stones because they don't care about the ancient culture there nearby. That's where they're making their encampment, in fact. and that's caused the bees, to harass either the halflings or more likely maybe that fleet that's got those soldiers that have come through on that fleet that are trying to take out that halfling village. So that's one way that I can tie together all four of those cards. We'll do one more. Here we have a campfire in a cave. Then we've got a wishing well. We've got an enchanted pool. Okay, well, those two go together particularly nicely. Ooh, and here's spotting a spirit animal. So in this case, maybe I'll just flip over this cave card. See what's on the other side of that. Okay, here we've got giant ruins. So, I'm going to say that, we're in a lost ancient, there was a lost ancient civilization here years ago, and there's an enchanted pool and wishing well. So we're in a very magical place. And then the players spot this spirit animal, and what do they want to do about it? Are they going to pursue it because they think there's some kind of magical property? Is that spirit animal going to lead them to a particular thing that they need on their quest? So that's a way to tie these together. So again, this is Encounter Builder Wilderness Scenes, and we've got it on Drive-Thru RPG, where you can get it as a PDF only to print it yourself, or you can get them printed as cards and as a PDF, so you can kind of hold yourself over with the PDF, and then have these nicely printed cards come a couple weeks later based on the print time frames for Drive-Thru RPG. We'll also have them at our website, inkwellideas.com. store.inkwellideas.com. And because this is happening right now, I'm recording this, it's June 2023. We'll be at Gen Con the first week of August 2023, so you can also see us there. You can get a live demo there too, and pick them up at the booth as well. So with that out of the way, I really hope that these cards help you, let's put it this way, level up your improv game. And thanks a bunch.